Mining tomorrow on Red FM. This week we're going to have a look at Lithium Australia. Their Managing Director, Adrian Griffin, joins us on the line at the moment. Adrian, really appreciate your time. Welcome to the program.
Thanks very much, Ian.
Mate, Lithium Australia, they've been in the lithium game for quite some time. Can you let us know about your exploration focus, where that lies?
Yeah, the exploration focus is interesting to say the least. We've got broad coverage throughout Australia, in the Americas, both North and South America. Our maiden resource was reported in Europe, and we're doing a bit of work in Southern Africa. So we've got fairly broad coverage. Somewhat ironically, our main game is not focused on digging holes, but it's all about processing minerals. And to a large extent, that includes lithium minerals that other people reject.
Right, okay. Now Lithium Australia strives to, close the loop, to use the term, on battery metal cycle. So can you tell us how that actually works?
Yeah, look, as I mentioned, we've focused on minerals and commodity to some extent that other people can't process, don't want to process, or don't have the technology to process. We've developed processing technologies to recover the lithium from those materials. Those materials include lithium micas, such as lepidolite and fine spodumene. Those materials generally get discharged to tailings. We've found ways that you can recover the lithium from that and produce lithium chemicals that can then go on to produce cathode materials, which we produce in a pilot plant in Brisbane. We export those cathode materials to China, where we're making commercial cells in China, and then eventually utilise similar technologies to reprocess the waste batteries after their end of useful life. So that effectively closes the loop.
Right. Now, you mentioned fine spodumene. Now, that's the concentrate that I guess most lithium miners are producing but not using. So why aren't they using it?
It's pretty interesting, and it gets back to this philosophy of having the right sort of processing technology. At the moment, all that spodumene is processed in China. You'd be well aware of the fact that there are new refineries being built here in Western Australia. But they're also using the same technology, and the technology is very sensitive to size. So you can't feed material through those refineries if it's too fine. It simply gets blown out in the furnaces. So we've developed a processing technique that is not sensitive to the fine grind size. In fact, it loves fine material. And if you look at the spodumene producers across the board, their recoveries are generally in the range of 50 to 70%. So, up to half the lithium units are getting pumped to tailings dams, and that's a lost resource. So we have developed the technology to recover that. It covers it in a form that can then go straight into the cathode powders. And incidentally, unlike the other refineries, our primary product out of that process is lithium phosphate. The other refineries produce hydroxide and carbonate. We can produce hydroxide and carbonate. Our preferred material is phosphate because we can use that as direct feed into cathode powders.
Now, I understand you recently announced the manufacture of new batteries from spent lithium-ion batteries. So what's the potential for recycling these materials?
Well, the recycling potential is huge. At the moment, Australia, being so environmentally conscious, recycles about 2 to 3% of those batteries. We have an interest in a plant in Melbourne that shreds those batteries, separates the material, and we've developed the technology to recover all of the battery metals from those waste materials. And today we announced for the first time that we've taken some of those materials and physically generated new batteries from them. So I think as we become more environmentally conscious, and we all have to be, that recycling will increase quite enormously, and in doing so, produce greater sustainability within the mining industry and the battery industry as a whole.
Well, we've been speaking today with Adrian Griffin, Managing Director of Lithium Australia. Adrian, appreciate the update and also appreciate some of your valuable time. Thanks, mate.
Thank you very much, Ian.